Why didn't you tell me Justin Bieber had broken up with his girlfriend?
I figured you would just know.
I would know these things.
Yeah.
This is important breaking news.
I know.
Hey, Glenn, it's Matt Mead calling.
I get to tell everybody I went down. I always broadcast one day at the Capitol. And the reason my voice sounds raspy is because while I was down there, I got sick. So I get to say, honestly, government made me sick. And I'm doing much better, but the voice is scratchy here, so bear with me. And I said, where did you guys move Cindy Hill to? And they said, well, over into the Wyoming Museum. You put Cindy Hill in the museum?
It's the Barrett Building. It's the Barrett Building.
You put her in the museum? All right. But right now, as I take a look at this, let me tell you the not just the thought that I had, but many of my callers have said the same thing, and the readers to my column is, it's not so much. I mean, if you think you have an out-of-control office, and by all means, deal with it. And I've even said, if you think that you needed to impeach her, deal with it. But what we're worried about here is when I vote for a superintendent of public instruction, am I going to vote for the person who's in charge? And I worry that my next vote isn't going to count for that.
Well, we hear that. I mean, for those who are worried about 104,
Hi, it's Cindy Hill. Glenn, how are you?
Good, Cindy Hill. I just had the governor on last half hour.
I heard that I was called and told that indeed he had been on and that there was some confusion about what had happened here.
Well,
and so that's
what made me ask the question, because I remembered that in there, that you were not to have anything to do with, and yet here you up working on the Common Core thing. So in other words, they've written some rules for you that are a bit confusing?
So right.
Well, apparently the city of San Francisco is considering a lawsuit against Nevada. Apparently they've been packing up their mentally ill in buses and shipping them to San Francisco and dumping them in the streets. This would explain a hell of a lot.
Put your helmet on.
It's hot and all this stuff.
Don't take any chances in today's dangerous world. Make sure to bubble wrap your kids before they step out the front door.
This isn't fun anymore.
Have you been wanting to buy that new fur coat for the little lady? What about that massive, energy-guzzling, big screen TV? Yes, banned in California, now located at every state location along the California border. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Illegal immigrants on staff to show you how to sneak back across the border with everything you purchase.
The pay raise happens automatically. So if they don't want the pay raise, they have to vote to not get it, which means somebody has to go ahead and offer up a bill. But they could always simply just hand it back. They won't do that either. They'll just accept it.
Hey, we're capitalists, dude.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, but that's not capitalism, though.
But anyhow, well, yeah, making a buck is
that's not, no, sir. That's not what
no,
sir. That's not what capitalism is. If that's what you think capitalism is, you don't know capitalism.
Okay.
Capitalism is when I produce something of value and you want it and we agree to a price and you voluntarily hand me the money and I voluntarily hand you the product. That's capitalism. Anything else is not capitalism.
I don't know why you would want to bring this guy's sexuality into this. I just think it's wrong.
Uh-oh.
But okay.
What are we talking about?
Cleaning fairy.
The cleaning fairy.
Why would you do that to the poor guy? I don't think he's ever heard anybody. Okay, well, this is what he does, the cleaning fairy. He's just going around shoveling people's driveways.
Wow, nice.
I would think that'd be very nice. I mean, if I stepped out, let's say I'm a really old man, right? And I just can't get out. And I one day open up my curtains and my driveway is just shoveled.
Yep.
Wow. I wonder who did this. And I certainly wouldn't call the guy a fairy.
No, I definitely wouldn't.
No, I'll see what that's all about.
Would you ever vote to raise the debt ceiling?
I would be very, very hesitant to do that. I think that the debt is clearly one of the huge challenges we face.
But hesitant isn't a yes or a no.
No, and I think it depends on sort of what you're looking at. It depends on. I'm not going to sit here today and tell you I would vote this way on every single vote. Okay. I think it depends on the context, but it's hard for me to imagine doing that.
Yeah, U.S. Border Patrol agents, the uniforms are made in Mexico. So that means some guy is sneaking across the border. He runs into a Border Patrol agent, stops, cocks his head to one side and says, "Hey, Jose, whatever the Border Patrol agent's name is. I think I made that uniform.
Okay, before we get into I have to show you this. Because as we started to talk about you and some of your objections, of course, I told people that you were on Facebook, and I wanted to post what you had said along with the call that you gave and a picture of you. So I get on Facebook, and I type in Taylor Haynes. Now, wow! You just are not that good looking, Taylor. So, you're a good looking man, but I'm sorry.
Let me tell you what. See, if I'd have had that picture out there, I would have won.
Hey, Glenn, Tom Lubno.
Yes,
how are you?
sir. Good. What you got for me, Tom?
I just want to answer Dr. Haynes' question about what is a natural person.
All right.
Under the laws of the state of Wyoming and some Supreme Court cases, corporations can be persons.
Well, to split hairs with you, Tom, why the word natural then? Why not just person?
Or human.
Or human, yeah.
Well, because under the law, a natural person is a natural person.
Which is a problem because I had the box of Soylent Green here on the other camera angle.
Soylent Green is people!
Careful now. Time to reach into the Ripco file.
Don't try this at home. These guys are trained professionals. Or something like that.
That's nice.
And I don't know if you can see what's in its mouth there.
Some sort of food source.
Yeah, he's actually eating something there.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Carl. This is what my listeners give me. He stopped by and left this for me. It was on the counter here when I came in.
How thoughtful.
Yeah, for those listening on the radio right now.
Is it a hat too?
That's the first thing I thought of. It looks like a coonskin cap, but it's some like dead animal. God knows.
Is it a fox or a badger? No,
well, he called and told me, but knowing Carl, he killed it himself. I have no idea where he got the thing that's in his mouth, but for those watching,
is it a wombat?
No. But it's some dead animal that Carl killed, and he shoved another dead animal in his mouth and then left it for me as a present. So this is what my listeners do for me, Ted.
Awesome. That's great. I get T-shirts.
Yeah. This is what your listeners?
Yeah, it's great.
See, that was going to be my first question was, do your listeners stop by and give you stuff?
Yeah, they do.
They do. Okay.
Things that I can wear.
Sure. Okay. And so that leads to the second question. What the hell is wrong with my listeners, Ted?
We don't have enough time.
We don't have enough time for this kind of stuff over here?